Hey guys and gals, this is Ray McGuff, and it's the holiday season. And there isn't anything better about the holiday season than hugs from family members. And when you're hugging your family member, you want to smell your best. So why don't you try a little bit of Ray McGuff's awkward hugs. Hey cousin Ralph. Oh God. All right.
I got so tired of those city lights. Gonna move my cell phone out to the countryside. Get a little cabin in the woods down the way. Lay back, take it easy for the rest of my days. But oh, I got so much more than I bargained for.
You are watching Zombie Takeover TV, and this is a long delayed episode of Hating Stuff with Ray McGuff.
What number is it? Do you even
Jesus, I have no idea. What number are we?
One, we're starting over. I'm going to have to do a new intro and everything.
New intro and everything. Let's change it to, let's make it official. It's just called Ray McGuff now, all right?
Right.
Because I do hate things, but we spend more times on promoting things we like and actually having conversations, so it's not just me standing on a fucking pulpit screaming down with Jesus or anything.
Right.
But, all right. We have Ralph Wilkins in the studio.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, we're drinking out of goblets like fine English gentlemen. Like a fancy lad. Like a fancy lad.
How fancy do you feel, lad?
Oh, fancy lad. Who has fucking goblets?
Looks like we're drinking fucking blood.
It's 2013.
What do you want?
That's a good soda of no name or consequence.
No.
But anyways, so what's been up? What's been up?
Not much. What's been up with you? Where you been?
Car broke down.
Yeah.
This fucking piece of shit I bought a year ago in January. Every 3 months breaks down, and I put $500 to $600 worth of work into it and go, that'll be the last time I have to do that.
Well,
So I've been sitting in my house.
as much money as you've pumped into your car, it should probably be like a transformer.
This car should be a brand new BMW. That's how much money I've put in the thing. But yeah, but it's back on the road today, so I came to hang with you guys and at the new intermittent studio.
The intermittent studio.
Yeah.
The set.
Yeah.
The set.
I felt like an idiot putting this together.
Yeah, it's
Why? You're like, what are you doing? I'm decorating, honey. I'm decorating. Shit, leave me alone.
This is fucking beautiful. That's what this is.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
It came out great. The reef. I mean,
Yeah.
it just had such touch right
The
there.
old Super Nintendo with the curled up snake statue on it.
That's a regular.
That's a regular Nintendo. That's a NES,
Oh, is
man.
that a
How are you gonna mistake
I'm
that?
sorry.
The Nintendo
I was
Entertainment
my bad.
System.
My bad. Nintendo, original 8-bit.
Original 8-bit Mario Duck Hunt.
No
Yeah.
bullshit. Just hard as fuck games.
All right.
Fuck yeah, you couldn't save back then. You just had to play this shit straight through.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a guy. Well, I don't know if you've ever watched the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Huh.
He does reviews of old video games, and he just played through Ghosts and Goblins, and it's ridiculously hard. If I would have ever tried to play that like all the way through, because I never got very far in it.
I got to the last board and I could never defeat it.
Right. It's because you have to have a shield. Yeah, your weapon has to be the shield.
Oh.
At the end of the game, and you have to pretty much use the dagger through the entire thing to even succeed.
Oh wow.
But yeah, fucking rough shit, man. I can't play any of those shits anymore. I can play Halo, and I play a baseball game now. I'm getting into that.
Nice.
I don't even like baseball, but
So
sporty
why
is it?
would you even try the baseball game?
I don't know. I've just always liked baseball games, man. I like to feel the crack of the bat.
The crack of that bat.
from the seat of my couch.
Nice.
I don't really want to. I always thought it was asinine to stand out. I always was in the outfield when I played Little League or whatever.
You're out there picking daisies.
I'd sit down, man. These little ass kids aren't hitting the ball out in the outfield that often. You stand up there, you fucking read your Bazooka Joe rappers. You take a sit down, your coach yells at you for sitting down. You stand up, you kick the dirt around, whatever. You go sit down again and wait to hit the ball. That was the thing. Did you play Little League or anything?
Yeah, I played T-ball and I think Little League. I forget part of it, but
But the fun part was hitting the ball.
Yeah, that was the best part about playing.
I didn't even want to run. I would have rather had somebody run for me.
The fun part for me, anyways, was being the winner.
Oh.
Was being a winner. Was being team captain and, all around savior of the team. That was...
everybody looked up to you.
Everybody looked at me. I was the Cal Ripken of T-ball.
The Cal Ripken?
That's right, Cal
A
Ripken.
lot of those last-minute finishes you pulled through.
Right. Mm-hmm. And, it's not my fault they wanted to hoist me up on their shoulders every game. I don't know.
With the get the Gatorade jug out.
Number one.
We're going to get him with the Gatorade.
Yeah. So
I couldn't even imagine that.
Oh, I was a sports god.
Obviously.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are aware, but I played basketball. But the problem with my basketball playing, though, was that every time... Well, yeah, I had white deficiency, but I also turned into a werewolf, so I got really good. And... it was weird. Every time I played basketball, I turned into a werewolf.
I think what your real downfall was, you used to have a problem playing basketball because you would wear your socks too damn high.
Yeah.
You insisted on wearing your socks that high. I was like,
how high?
Well, all the way up past the knee.
Past the knee.
Past the knee.
Did you have like something down in there, like
I
so you
said-
could shank somebody when you're on
No,
the post or
I
something?
just liked the way it felt.
He liked the support. He said he
Yeah.
liked the way it constricted against his
Blood
leg and just it gave him a nice feeling.
Yeah.
But he was doing that, and I said, Randy, it's the '90s, buddy. We're all wearing anklets.
I switched it up to anklets.
Really?
Changed his life.
Yeah,
Change your life.
it did. Less sock.
Right. And I said, if you shave your legs...
Equals better life.
Better life.
Less sock equals better
And
life.
I said, if you shave your legs, then you are also faster.
Right.
You get the fast breaks.
And, yeah, it was hard. It was
So
easy.
we shaved each other's legs that one day.
Yeah, that one day. That was weird.
That was fun.
God. We did a lot of weird shit sometimes.
Yeah, we did. In all reality, that is.
Yeah, we did. Remember we got hair dye for you
Oh my god.
when we were
I
teenagers.
was like, I'm gonna dye my hair red. I want it to be like dark red or whatever.
Yeah.
Like really. And then we dye it, and what was the color I got?
can't
It was some
remember.
manic panic bullshit.
It was awful.
And I dyed it, and it was fucking pink. And I had to go to work, and my hair was pink.
Yeah, and everybody just they would not let that go. At a grocery store, you kind of expect it.
Right.
You kind of see the whole community once you work there. don't
Yeah.
you?
Right. And so then I went straight black, which looked even weirder, I think, probably.
Yeah, you were pretty creepy looking.
Yeah. And I continue to be. And I continue to be.
But
You never kind of grow out of that frame.
What can you do? There's this woman I work with. I scare the shit out of her all the time just by walking. And I always have keys on my, I have a little key thing that jingles all the time when I walk. So, I figure that's good for me to have because I scare people just by walking up behind them silently. I don't know how that happens because I breathe like a fucking...
yeah,
I can't breathe, whatever. But I scare her constantly. She's like, "Oh my god!" Just for me being behind her, and I was like, that makes me feel bad, Randy.
I always thought when you could hear you coming, I was like Darth Vader. Oh no, it's just for
I can't breathe, Randy.
my lungs are dying.
I've been smoking Lucky Strikes.
Oh shit! Well, can I tell you guys real quick too something that happened to me while I haven't been around here?
Sure.
There's a movie theater over by where I live where on Friday nights they do like a bad movie night, right? So they did a Fritz the Night Owl on a Friday night, which I don't know if you're familiar with Fritz the Night
The
Owl.
horror host.
He was a horror host, but he would do like really funny intros and say things about the movie. He was kind of like informative as well and entertaining himself. Well, they intercut him in certain movies now where he'll watch the movie, then do a commentary, then intercut him in the movie,
Right.
and they'll play him. So they were doing Trick or Treat around Halloween, the movie Trick or Treat. So we go to see it. We've been drinking a few beers, me and some buddies and a couple of girls we know. We go and sit down in the theater and we're talking like you and I are right now. Now you got to remember this movie's been out for what, like 7 years,
Right.
and it's not that big a deal. It's
This is Trick or Treat, the newer one.
Yeah,
not
the
the
newer
one
one.
from '87.
yeah, not the one, right, the newer one.
Okay.
And the guy for every part that Fritz was up, I was quiet, but in between, I'd already seen the movie like 20 times, so I would talk to my buddy next to me. This motherfucker in front of me turns around in the middle of the movie. We were talking about the new Chucky movie that came out,
Right.
And I thought he was wanting to be part of the conversation because he turns around and he goes, "Really?" Because I had just said I like the new Chucky movie. He goes, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I liked it. Did you not like it?" He goes, "We're in a movie theater. You need to be quiet. This is like I paid to see this." And I went, "Fuck you." And he turned around and then it got quiet. And so now I'm living. I want to kill this guy. Like, I literally kill him, beat his brains out. My friends are all looking at me, too, like, what are you going to do now? So, like, a minute later, after the guy just told me to shut up, there's a funny part in Trick or Treat, which has some funny moments, and everybody laughs really hard.
Right.
So I waited until the laugh died down, then I leaned up and I went, "Hey, is it okay to laugh? Is laughing okay?" The dude jumps up. He's probably, I don't know, a foot taller than me. And so I'm just looking at him. I'm like, if he like bends down to yell at me, I'm going to punch him so hard his nose splatters across his face. That's my only thing I got to do at this point. He goes running down the aisle and out into the bar area. And he went to town on me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They come back in a few minutes later. He walks down to the front and sits down. Nobody says shit to me, but they were walking, checking the aisles and shit. So...
Yeah, why didn't he just move to a different place?
He moved down front. So that happened. So my thought, though, I couldn't enjoy the rest of the film, though. Because I kept looking at him and I kept thinking, at the end of this movie, I'm going to walk out into the lobby and grab a pool cue and wait by the door and beat his fucking ass to death for talking to me like that in front of my friends. But later, I did the bigger thing.
Well, that's good.
But later on, all my buddies were like, "Dude, Randy almost got into a fight over
the Chucky movie.
Over the Chucky movie." But,
Really?
yeah. It was great.
Which I heard was horrible.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah, well, well, this is how I heard about it. A woman I work with, there's an older guy I work with also. He likes to talk about the old days. He's really kind of like a uptight kind of guy.
Uh-huh.
And this woman was describing the new Chucky movie to me, and she was describing a scene where there's a priest that gets his head cut off or something.
Yes.
Okay, and
well, he ingests some things, and then he gets in a car wreck, and
See, that's what I said. I was like, well, she told me that a priest gets his head cut off, and this guy overheard it, the uptight fella, and he just starts. He's what? A priest, a Catholic priest? That's appalling. And I was laughing. The whole time.
Because if it was a Protestant priest, that's
Who cares about that? Yeah.
Fuck that.
I said, I was like, well, they usually paint those guys, like, if they're killing a priest, they usually paint them in a bad sort of light. Like, they don't just kill good priests. It's normally a guy that was, like, fingering a little boy or something fucked up, and then they kill him. There's always a redemption. And she said, no, there's not. So is that true? I mean,
no, he wasn't a bad guy. Really.
He was just a good guy, a good priest.
Was over
that they just kill him.
Well, yeah, because Chucky does, because he's an evil fucking Satan doll.
Right.
He doesn't give a fuck about your priests.
But this fella who had overheard this, he's like, I'm surprised that the Catholic board of motion pictures and film or whatever hasn't had something to say about this. I'm like, is that something that exists?
Yeah.
What would they do? That's offensive to me. Well, we live in America. I mean, what are you gonna do?
It's a secret society, obviously.
Right. Clearly, there's issues here.
It's funny because you hear about that shit all the time, where people will sit down and write handwritten letters to networks telling them they don't like something that was on TV.
Because it offends them religiously?
How much fucking work that is?
Oh man, if I wrote a letter for everything,
yeah.
If I wrote a letter for everything that I don't like on TV,
I wouldn't get anything else.
I wouldn't. I would have to sit there and be like, all right, Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Why do you exist? You're not entertaining.
Real people relationships don't work like this.
Why is that hospital so fucking dark?
It's the worst hospital.
What hospital have you ever went into where it's like just one stark light bulb over a surgery? Don't they need to see their fucking instruments and each other perhaps?
And what hospital has a bunch of white ladies working at it nowadays anyways?
Yeah.
They're all from Pakistan. Or they could be answering the phones, that's for goddamn sure, because nobody wants the Pakistanis answering the phone.
I don't know.
I'm trying to set up your surgery, but I mean, no, seriously.
Right.
There isn't, like, they make this Grace place like it's the last bastion of fucking, this is where all the white doctors went to work. Go to a fucking hospital. You ain't going to get a white doctor unless you're getting your feet looked at.
Perhaps a dentist.
He's
Is that really a doctor?
He's the only one that will be like, white people are the only ones that'll be like, all right, I'll go be a podiatrist.
Right.
Think about it. Any other race is like, I'm too good for it. I'm going to look at your motherfucking feet. You go down the road.
This is funny. Like, the other day, we watched that, and, you know, it was on Hulu. So, whatever... usually Hulu will try to, like, here's something else you want right after.
Right.
Like, you like this. Like, they'll just give it to you. And I was and we're laying in the bed watching this shit, and she's like, are you going to get up and change it? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they're probably going to play something you'll like anyways. They always pick something you like after you've already watched something you actually like. And so what comes on is General Hospital. And I'm like, oh, this is the exact same thing. Isn't it? Like, I mean, shittier lighting, but I mean, it's the same thing basically. They just all fuck each other, and it's in a hospital.
Right.
And then I noticed that it said that show has been on for like 50 years.
What?
Or something like that. And I was
That's
okay,
a daytime series.
Yeah.
why? Why did they cancel The Office? And General Hospital's been on for 50 years.
Well, because it's so cheap to make.
Yeah,
I mean,
How
look at
expensive
the
is The Office?
The Office paying the actors because that's the thing.
I mean, look
New
at how much
act-
they had to
new
pay the people in the
actors.
office.
Get new actors. They tried that.
They
Did you
could've
see the
farmed
last
out-
season of The Office?
If they get rid of that's
of
because
shitty.
Yeah, it was like,
a lot of those
Yeah.
characters are done. You're done with them. Get Dwight out of there. You don't need him.
You're right.
But that new guy from Hot Tub Time Machine,
he was getting good. You're right.
they could have had him. That other guy was starting to get funny. They were developing new characters. Bring some. Saturday Night Live's been on since what 75.
And it hasn't been funny since.
Yeah, but you know,
It's getting better, man.
well, look, General Hospitals is like that daytime series thing. They can do some stupid fucking comic book shit in that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
James
there's a time
Franco-
machine. He died and he came back.
James
Really?
Franco was on one of them recently. General Hospital or one of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, playing a guy named James Franco. He was an artist. And it was a real thing that they did, and then they killed him, and he came back as his twin brother or some shit. I didn't see all of it.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a lot of stupid shit on
Yeah.
TV.
You're right, though. They should cancel that. Fuck those people and their 30-year careers. Fuck them.
What do you think the 80-year-old women that still live alone with all them cats are going to do in the afternoon?
Yeah.
They go to
Just-
bed right after that.
it
What's
pisses
going
me
to happen
off.
to them?
They're gonna have here's another fucking season of Dancing with the Shitty Stars. Here's a show about here's a show for you, Splash, that's featuring the idiots jumping off of diving boards. That's not
To
even
splash.
a skill. That's
No.
jumping
Yeah,
off
I'm
of
getting wet.
And making fun of
That's
Louis
falling.
Anderson.
That's falling.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then shows I want like that. They redid that Monsters. Did you watch that?
It was great.
Mockingbird Lane?
Fucking loved it.
They had Eddie Izzard playing the grandpa. They had Jerry O'Connell playing
Yeah.
Herman Munster.
I watched it like
one
3 times.
pilot. That's all they give. Pilot. Nobody picks it up. And now, I don't know, man.
I'm with you. Sometimes you're like, you flip something on, you go, how does CSI have 4 different CSIs?
How does Law and Order have 12 different Law and Orders?
Well, I could kind of get Law and Order because there's so many criminal cases. You could do 3 or 4. You could do different branches like they were doing for a while. Law and Order, Washington D.C., where they're only focused on white collar.
I would like to get the numbers on those shows and see how long people actually watch them, or if they just watch up until the fucking theme songs.
I think they just like pop in and go, "What's this one about?" Oh, rape babies. Now
I'm just listening to
because
it.
it happens to like I love Law and Order's theme song.
Oh yeah, it's great.
8th show. Another one is In the Heat of the Night. I used to love the theme song.
I used to love that
too.
show.
Yeah, it was.
But
great.
I never watched the show.
I mean, it was like, come for the racism, stay for the wholesome.
I used to watch the show all the time.
But, we were talking about this actually the other day, me and some friends. Do you remember like some of the shows that you would see on the, like Mama's Family and stuff like that?
I just pulled that
on
up
the mornings.
other day.
Yeah, late
How
night.
racist some of them were though. Like,
Yes.
Like I mean, To where you're like older now, and you're like, how the fuck
Did they get away with
like
it? How the fuck would they get away with
Yeah,
this?
like everybody laughs. They're like Carol O'Connor.
I was laughing
You
at it.
fucking son of a bitch! You just degraded Jefferson, George Jefferson.
Dude, this is what I want you both to watch. I know you
Alright.
haven't seen it. If you haven't, it hasn't been for a while. The pilot episode of Cops. It's on YouTube in like 3 or 4 parts.
All right.
It's fucking fake, man. It's so fake.
Really?
Because we're watching it, and I realize they'll be like called to a scene, and then you never see what actually happens. Like, you never know. They never really clearly explain why they're going to this place. They never they never even show you how they capture the person that they captured. There was a guy that was just running. Next thing I know, they got him. They got him on the ground. They don't show that. And then there was a whole scene. They don't do it in Cops anymore.
Uh-huh.
But it was like one of the cops at home with his wife.
Oh, wow.
And she's like talking to him about how bad their relationship is. But it's just bad acting. And I'm like, that's acting. And I'm like, and then at that moment, I realized that every other cop was stereotypical 90s cop. Like, mustache guy with the big arms cuffed up.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's a stereotype in it. Mullet guy, you know,
Yeah.
and they're all. I'm like, they're all acting. It's all fake. I'm like, this show that is probably real now. I would assume, because
Right.
I've seen a
Well,
lot
how
of
could
them
it not
that
be?
seem
Yeah,
this seemed really real. But this is just complete bullshit. And I'm like, the whole show was born on a lie. That's the pilot episode. Somebody picked that shit up, like, oh yes, this is a good show. But they don't ever have an exposition moment where there's a cop at home with his wife who's mad because he doesn't let her in on the information from the police cases.
Right.
You know, like, she was like really getting in on it. Like, you never can tell me what happens in your day. And he goes, well, I've already lived it once. I don't want to dwell in that. I'm at home. I want to relax and watch TV. And he's like flipping through channels. It's so
Is he drinking a beer?
actory.
Oh, yeah.
He is.
Ray McGuff's Awkward Hugs. Find yours. With Awkward Hugs, family time isn't just for family. What about that step cousin that you don't really like? Do you think he'll enjoy an awkward hug? Oh, Jesus, this is awkward. Oh, God, this is awkward. Awkward. Stop it. Okay, guys. I think I got away from him. Awkward Hugs through Ray McGuff. Find it in your local store in the fragrance aisle. I'm very sorry about anything that may have occurred. Welcome back to a new episode of Ray McGuff.
What's the same episode?
Oh, it is. That's right. No, but the whole episode's been new.
It's all new.
It's an all new episode that's been edited into several clips. Right? For one particular show, correct?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're back. It's good stuff. We're gonna have a little Thanksgiving dinner over here at Franklin Tinkleton's house.
Yeah. We usually have our dinner quite a bit earlier than everybody else does, so we can enjoy it.
Nice, I appreciate that.
You know, there's always like I don't know how many you have to go to, but I have to go to at least 2 back to back, and then that just makes me not enjoy it at all. So I like to have one beforehand
To actually enjoy.
to enjoy.
I got you. That's awesome.
Gorge yourself on some food.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Gonna be eating some turkey and stuffing here in a minute. But man, I smell like that Ray McGuff stuff. My scent.
Yeah. We are idiots.
Yeah, we are. But boy, so what's going on? I got a marching band upstairs.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Stompers.
Yeah.
Man, stompers. Get a couple kids in your life, dude.
I tried to take 2 and they ran too fast.
Did they? What was your plan? What was your original master plan?
To take them and make them make friendship bracelets to sell in schools.
Oh. Boy, that's going to take a while.
Yeah, a little revenue.
A while to get yourself in the.
Turns out you got to feed them, clothe them.
Yeah, I think you'll be in the red for a long time. But
they'll be in the red if they don't work hard enough.
Oh shit!
I don't think any kid works hard enough.
No.
That's when they get the axe.
The old axe. Gotta get you out of here. Eating up all the resources.
But kids are fun.
And they're not yours, right?
Right. But they're not mine. I came over and the first thing I did was give his kids a whole thing of M&Ms.
Like, here, have some sugar.
Oh, I can handle the candy. It's those goddamn toys that make fucking noise and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
but that would be awful.
Are you for real? My mom brought a fucking train whistle here. Do you know how loud those fucking things are?
I do.
I almost broke it immediately.
Let's give them a drum set.
I remember
No, that won't happen.
My dad, for all my cousins, if they're watching, they may remember this, got them like a harmonica or some kind of flute one year. I forget, it was
Like
something
a
really
flute?
loud, yeah. And all of them. And so when Christmas morning, everybody's opening presents, there are like 20 kids playing recorders really loud.
Recorders.
Really bad.
Yeah, there was something like that.
Did you have a recorder club at your school?
I wouldn't say it was a club. It was just called band.
But everybody played a recorder, though.
Yeah, they probably did.
It was like,
Yeah. I seen them walking around the halls with them, so I'm sure they have.
oh, man. School. Do you miss it? Do you miss school?
High school?
Everybody always says, you'll miss it. I don't miss
I
it.
haven't missed it once.
No, I don't miss any of the people
Since
either,
the-
really.
since-
Sorry, folks. If I did, I'd try to get in contact with you.
Since the day I've walked out of there, I've thought about that school 3 times.
Right.
Once at my 5-year reunion, once at my 10-year reunion that I went to, and then once recently when I heard that the levy that was on board to fix the school and upkeep failed because parents that live over there don't give a fuck about their kids' school.
Well, isn't the school actually sinking? Isn't it sinking down
Yes,
into
it
the
is.
muck?
It has foundation issues. It has boiler room problems. It's got a roof leak. And this is the geniuses that fucking built this school. Didn't plan a budget out for maintenance and upkeep on their fucking school building. So
It is kind of a swamp, though, isn't it? That area.
yeah,
the whole
McGuffey
area
is a swamp.
Yeah.
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 So, well,
It's
what?
bad.
Wetlands.
Wetlands. Yeah.
Wetlands.
You know, you shouldn't live there. Oh.
They shouldn't live there. I
Put a
agree
school.
to
The
an
place
extent.
stinks.
My problem is they spent all that money building the school, right?
Right.
And it's an amazing school. If you've ever been over there, it's pretty amazing. I went there when they first opened it just to see what it looked like on the inside, and amazing school building. But their whole idea was we're going to build this great school, and then people will want to come here and learn. And you can't do that if you don't back up your shit.
Right.
You can have a really nice school, but if you don't have teachers there, or enough teachers.
Good teachers.
Or I don't want to say because I don't know that the teachers over there are bad or good. I haven't been there in over 20 years, but or no, not even that, like 16 years. Doesn't matter. Regardless, math sucks. See, I went to a stupid fucking school. You're right. Fuck you, math teachers.
2 + 2 is 2.
My favorite thing is I've had it happen twice.
Yeah.
We had a 5-year reunion come up, and then a 10-year reunion. And both times, the girl who's in charge of it, I call her a girl because she still is like the same person from high school. She gets a hold of me ferociously, like. She ran into me at work and I need your home address so I can send you an invitation to the reunion, and I tell her I'm not gonna go. There's no point. Why would I do that? With Facebook, I can tell anybody I want to know. I can go right to their page and see that. Well, there we go. There it is.
Right here.
So,
Right here.
Ooh. But I'm gonna still send you one anyway. So okay, well here's my address. Okay, well, I throw that shit in the trash because I already told her. It's redundant at this point. It's like she's a used car dealer in me. You know, come on.
And why do people want you to come to these reunions anyway? It's like,
why do they want to see
the people
it?
I talk to, I still talk to from
Right.
there, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, and the people that I hadn't, and that I'm on Facebook now, we talk now, you know?
Right.
But to force us all into a room together again, after we were already forced for all those years into rooms together, we have hardly anything in common, if at all.
Nothing.
You know, some of us. It's ridiculous to me because it's just awkward and weird, you know? It's just weird.
I have nothing in common with most of those people. Except for we went to the same building and attended some of the same idiotic classes.
Right.
They really need to break that shit down to what you fucking utilize. I mean, really, you can say history is learning from your past problems, but fucking come on. If you're not interested in it, you're not going to pay attention.
Right.
I mean, American history, I wanted to run my head into a wall. I mean, there's only so much you can care about in the past.
I loved American history. I hated geometry. Things like geometry to me was always the stupidest thing ever. Because you already had the problem solved, but you had to explain why they wanted to do it. I didn't give a fuck why they wanted to do it. We wanted to build churches with round pillars. Hey, that's great. So they figured out geometry. Fucking stellar. I'm never going to be an architect, so I don't need to fucking know that. I need to know how to add and subtract so that when I go to the grocery store, I don't get fucked, you know?
I always loved geometry, math, and algebra. I always hated writing shit. Like, why the fuck do I want to write all this shit down? And then you're going to tell me about how I wrote it all down wrong with a little red fucking marker all over my paper that I just spent all this time fucking writing.
Yeah.
How many, did you have teachers that would just have an overhead projector and you'd go in and copy notes?
Yes.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Lazy teachers.
That is nothing. I'm not retaining any of that shit.
You got to remember, I went to like 8 different schools before I settled. So yeah, I had from the best teacher you can imagine in your head, the guy that gave a shit and wanted to make sure that you were amazing.
Gave you a life lesson or something.
Could give a fuck if you got hit by a car tomorrow. It wouldn't change his routine one bit. So yeah, I had all that. I preferred that because it was dark in the room. I fucking hated the lights at those rooms. They were always giving me headaches.
Right.
But I could write down exactly what I needed to teach myself and not have to hear somebody's monotone fucking voice that doesn't give a shit anymore. It's only doing it till they can retire, you know? So I kind of liked it. I was like, good, I'll do all this. I'll go home. I'll learn myself. You can suck a dick. I'll be back tomorrow for your stupid presentation again, you know?
Yeah.
And I was graduated pretty high up in my school. Out of 70.
I just barely squeaked through there. Yeah. I believe our principal told me and Josh, you need to shit or get off the pot.
Was get off the pot, what, like shoot yourself in the head?
Just leave school?
Yeah, I mean, what kind of fucking thing is that to say to a kid? You know?
I don't know.
Shit or get off the pot?
Motivation, I guess.
Well, does that mean that we blow our brains out? Or, I mean, how do we get off the pot, per se?
I'm done.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, just leave, get in your car, and never come back, and then what? You know?
Then you just... I don't know. I tried to watch... I ended up on a YouTube spiral and found myself in Ricky Lake land.
Ricky Lake.
And the episode was... Let me see. Oh, it was kids that didn't want to go to school anymore, wanted to have babies or were pregnant already, wanted to drop out of school. And this woman comes in who evidently, you know how they'll bring somebody in, we're going to have you talk to somebody who you might be in their shoes in a few years. So this woman comes in pissed off the bat. Just pissed. She comes in and sits down like just staring at this girl like, you think you know everything? I'm going to show you. And like, they made her go with her for a day in her life or whatever. And I think one of the things she said is, I've got $20. I've got to go get groceries, put gas in the car, and then go to the electric company. I'm like, for $20, you're going to the grocery store and getting gas? You're fucking crazy.
Electric company is the one that caught me off guard. They're not they're $4.75.
Yeah, but why she wasted that gas money on going to the electric company? They're going to shut that shit off anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But she just was going on and on about, what do you think you're going to do without a high school diploma? And I was sitting there going, get a GED. Because it's the same motherfucking thing. No employer looks at a GED and a high school diploma and goes, what is it, like a splinter's worth of difference between the two?
They just, as long as you've got that, that's all they care about. Yeah.
Well, this guy's not an idiot.
They don't
Yeah, they can write it off on something.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know, man.
Oh man, at my current job, they hired a whole bunch of kids, and when I say kids, I mean kids, like 18, 19-year-old kids.
Worst.
You're hitting on them.
And so, what's that?
You're hitting on them, aren't you?
No, I haven't.
No, they're terrible. Do you even like when you see an 18-year-old girl? Are you like, yeah, or are you like, oh?
Well,
when I look at them, I'm like, yeah. When I talk to them, I'm like,
normally because I'll be like, man, look at them tits, they're still way up high.
Yeah.
But you're like sitting there going,
oh, I'm sorry, ladies. Oh, that's bad. Oh, God, he's such a dick. Look, he's fat. And
Ray is all
your
about
tits
positioning.
Sometimes go lower.
Ray is all about positioning.
Yeah.
He likes positioning with his tits. He likes positioning with like pictures and artwork. He has to have them a certain height, and it has to be straight, of course.
Yeah. But ass needs to be up.
Askew.
Up ass.
I don't even like. I see these guys like that are dating these young girls,
right?
And I'm like, oh my god, how? And they're like, I ain't gonna give it up till what? I'm like, you don't have the option to not give it up because you're horrible.
Yeah.
If that guy's paying attention to you, you're lucky because you're just terrible. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's my whole thing with this is like I hear them talking because they sit close enough to my desk to where I can hear what they say to each other. And it's like, it went from being stuff that, when we were all younger talking about, which was, there would be some dumb shit, but then like some political things might pop up. Unless they do it.
It'd be actual conversation.
But yeah, and like the actual conversation that's going on, it's like, oh my God, have you seen Wrecking Ball with Miley Cyrus? I can't believe she wore Calvin Klein panties instead of, Walmart or whatever the fuck.
What the fuck?
And you're like, well, yeah, I can't believe she broke up with that guy.
Hold on, I find a flaw in your premise.
Even if
you're going,
Walmart
I
panties.
can't believe she wore Calvin Klein instead of Walmart.
Well, I got the flip version of that or whatever, And then, but my whole point is their conversation always ends with something that has nothing to do with anything at all,
Right.
Or like because they're new to this job that I do.
Man.
I used to be there though, because I would say like, I would be like, oh my God, I just had the worst phone call ever, and I would tell somebody that story about the worst phone call ever. Now I hear these people saying it, and I've heard all the same phone calls, and I feel bad for the people that I used to go and go, like, oh my God, did you hear about this phone call I had? Because nobody gives a fuck about your phone call story. We've all heard it. It's the same goddamn story.
Right.
13 years later, people will still pick up and go, hey, you're a fucking cocksucker. Quit calling here, quick. And I'm like, can you believe what they just said to me? When you're a kid, when you're young like that, right in.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, yeah, I am kind of a dick. This is a piece of shit. Why am I even bothering this old lady? She's never going to pay.
Dude, I can hear it already. That you just wrote the next Dirt Road Riders song with Walmart panties. There you go with your Walmart panties.
Well, I meant the reverse. The kids today care more about what labels. I mean, maybe they did when we were kids too. I just don't. I remember getting made fun of for certain shoes that I would wear,
yeah.
But it just seems worse today for some reason, and I don't understand it. I'm glad I don't have kids right now that are going to have to go to school and deal with that kind of shit, because I know I wouldn't give a fuck what they were wearing as long as they were dressed.
Right.
I could give a fuck what it says on the label. Oh, I don't want. This says Levi's and only fucking this guy wears that. I don't give a fuck. Guess who wears them now? You do. Because Daddy pays the light bill and your pants were on him. He bought those for you, so you fucking will wear them.
From Goodwill.
Yeah.
If
Goodwill. I shop there. It's amazing.
If either of my kids ever made a big deal about name brand stuff, I'd have to make my own labels and like embarrass the shit out of them. Like, oh yeah, well here I'll be just sewing labels on their pants one day. They'll come home. What are you doing? I'm sewing your new labels. These are labels.
There's your crocodile right there.
label
There's your alligator.
These are label jeans. These are cheap ass jeans, and you're gonna wear this because you're fucking embarrassing me with your bullshit attitude.
Right. Or walk around like, I'm Back to the Future, and then walk around with your pockets out, like when you go to a parent-teacher conference. Well, I got my pockets out. That's how older people rock it nowadays.
I got my pockets out. I got my pockets out and my Walmart
But just
panties.
trends. I can't keep up with trends, but I do. There are a couple of young girls that you talk to, and you're like, they've got potential to eventually be okay people, but they're not going to in this direction.
Nah.
And the guys are worse than the girls lately. Like, I've never seen some motherfuckers that were like looking in the mirror in the break room, or I'm sorry, in the reflection in the break room, or fucking in the bathroom in the mirror, all looking at, oh, my hair
They
ain't
fucking
right.
tan.
My hair ain't right. Yeah, who gives a shit? Like, I roll in there like, I've got 10 minutes to take a shower, shave, and get into work. You know, like, and I don't know. Man, I don't.
Then when you get there,
I
you're
got
like,
raccoon eyes.
Like, what the fuck
and
happens
I
over the
was like-
generations?
Yeah.
Like in the 80s, it was the big hair. When did white people start tanning? And when did it went from big hair to small hair to everyone's tanning? What is?
Well, I think the trend started when they sailed their large ships to pass the Mediterranean.
I was like, Columbus Day was just not
They're
too
laying
long
on
ago.
decks like, I don't have nothing to do till we get there and knock all the
I'm just
people
gonna
on
sit
their
up here
heads.
and eat some fish and shit.
Do you like Columbus Day was not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was I love that holiday. I love it because it celebrates a non-event. The day, I mean, it's an
a
event.
lie.
It's an event it's a non-event that
Yeah.
we're celebrating.
Yeah, right.
Because, like, oh, this is the celebration of Columbus discovering America, which he didn't do. He discovered India, he thought, and then called everyone Indian. I tried to explain that to somebody the other day, and they didn't get what I was saying. I was like, he came here and discovered Indians.
Yeah.
Where do you think that term came from? He thought he was in India.
Right.
No. That's just what they called the Native Americans. Yeah, because they thought they were in India.
You try to explain it.
How
people
do you not
go,
put
no,
this
that's-
together?
How hasn't that ever changed, though?
And it's
We've
been
known
proven now that
forever.
Vikings actually discovered this area before anybody else.
Right.
It's been proven. They've been here. In Canada, they found swords and ship wreckage that were from Viking eras. So
I've heard
if
so
anybody
many-
discovered this, it was the Vikings. You know?
Right, but I love that whole premise. I've heard a million comedians do it, where it's like, there's a guy comes, I've discovered America, and then there's a guy just like, hey,
Yeah.
what's up?
Hey, I'm here already.
Indian. No.
No.
Indian. No.
No.
Here's some beads.
Cherokee or Cherokee or whatever.
Whatever they would call themselves.
No, Indian. No, that's not right. That's not what we call each other. Yeah, I'm sorry.
This was one that got me the other day. Speaking of Indians, a woman was talking to me, and she was mentioning racism in some way regarding her family. Now, I'm not going to give her name out there, but let's say her last name is commonly in the bad light around the area, right?
Okay.
Like, let's say that the Stevens family is a lot of the Stevens family members are kind of like shady people, ripping people off, stealing, beating people up, getting arrested constantly. Okay, well, a cop had said something. Oh, I figures it was a Stevens, you know.
Okay.
And she got offended when she heard it. You can't say that. That's racist. Okay, now, just like the name Stevens, her last name is that American Indian sounding.
Okay.
Like, that, she's like, well, my family's part Native American. And I said, are you kidding me? You mean the infamous Stevens tribe? That's never been, no, that's not right at all. They were saying that because your family, a lot of your relatives, and I understand because I have quite a few myself that are, I gotta keep an eye on that asshole or whatever. But she was literally saying it was racism. Like, no, you are white as fuck. You're white as fuck, and no one would ever make that mistake. They would never say, are they Indian? No, you wouldn't at all.
And if they did, you could correct them and say, no, they're natives.
I laughed at that so hard. That's like she did one of those.
Look at me.
Native American, half Native.
Look at these
Look
tits
at-
right here.
Quarter Native American.
Let me. This just kind of popped in my head, though. What do you guys think America would be like right now if the natives had fought the shit out of us the minute we got here and just fought us back every time we came over and then we never came here?
I don't know.
I think it would be like a utopia.
It might be.
Like, it would just be dudes on horses with, like, flowing manes of hair.
No,
and
'cause
chicks,
they brought the horses
chicks
over.
laying there, like, golden brown, saying, I've made you delicious meals.
And a rug.
Yes. And
I thought
then,
the Spaniards and everyone's the one that brought the horses over, though.
oh, shit, that's right. Yeah, it's no horses. So they'd be walking, fast.
Really fast. No, they
maybe,
probably jump through trees.
I like to pose the
Or they-
theory that perhaps they might have rode on like mountain lion back.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, they are rather light people.
let's say
They lived amongst
the lions.
the mountain lions.
I mean,
which-
let's just say that there's no border like wall because of this. Horses eventually would have filtered up here from Mexico.
yeah, eventually they
South
did run
America.
wild.
Because the Spaniards did bring them there. So
Yeah,
I'd say, so they'd
They look for the
just now
grass.
be riding horses.
Yeah.
You know, maybe figuring out, no, because you got to have all the industrial stuff too. So that comes along with it. So, but I think it would just be amazing. Like you'd come here and it'd be like the land that time forgot.
Definitely
sitting
probably have a
around.
different religious
Yeah.
overview for the
Like,
whole land.
what are you guys doing? Oh, we're getting ready to worship the sun. Here,
In the
drink some of
dirt.
this.
Here, drink some of
What-
this.
what-
You'll feel
what was
better.
that?
size of that goddamn cockadoo. What's he saying?
You worship the sun.
What's that
what's
part
that
from
thing?
Young Guns? Where he's riding backwards.
Whatever, Chavez y Chavez.
Did you see the size of that chicken? He's just out there. Does he have a shotgun?
I forget. Man.
That's
this
weird.
is
He
so
does.
wrong.
I think he has a shotgun, but he doesn't have a shotgun any other time. I don't think.
Was that guy's name Dirty Steve or something like that?
Yeah.
Dirty Steve, stop being racist.
He's a Mexican Indian. He sleeps with his horse.
It's been a pleasure riding with you, Chavez y Chavez. By the end of it, they love each other like they've
Those
been brothers
movies
forever.
kick so much ass. The second one is my favorite
It is mine too.
because of
The old-
Diamond Dave Rudaball.
Yeah.
I killed. What did he say? I killed 100 men, not counting Mexicans and Indians.
Yes. Well, I like Emilio Estevez in the old face makeup
Oh,
at the
yeah.
beginning when he's telling the story. And I didn't die that day. He licks his lips all weird. Hey, this is Ray McGuff with a special edition of Shop-O-Mania. Shop-O-Mania. Slick Styles couldn't be here today. Rehab has it in the works.
You got a lot of problems.
And he does. This is Toofus's.
My name's Cecil now.
Oh, Cecil. Okay.
I'm going by. It's my real Christian blood name,
Alright.
and I would like to go by that. But
Cecil's got some stuff to tell us today.
I do. But before we get to that,
Okay.
the last time I was with you, you were kind of a bummer. So I think I'd like to brighten your day up
What?
just a little bit. There's the sun shining coming in.
What are you doing?
I'm putting the sun on you. I'm gonna make you look really nice.
Why are you doing this?
Because you're such a old sourpuss. Here's some pink.
What? What?
It looks nice. It's the sun. Now you're happy. Now we can sell some things.
Oh my god.
And you're in a good mood today.
I was in a good mood.
Yes, Jesus loves me.
Alright, so apparently I have something on my face.
It's a sunshine.
Alright. Well,
Let's sell some stuff.
things start off amazing. Good stuff. Alright, what do you got to sell?
Do you like music, Ray?
I love music. Who doesn't?
Well, I'll tell you what. If you like music and comedy mixed together,
I do.
I've got the best collection of cassette tapes right here for you.
Alright.
Have you ever heard of Earl Pitch?
Oh, yeah, Great American.
Yep, Earl Pitch. And I have, this here is a very Earl Christmas. Could you read a couple of the titles?
A couple of the song titles? Sure. Santa's Death.
Santa's Death. That's a good classic.
Malls.
Malls, that's a part about malls. He talks about them.
Swimsuit calendars.
It's good stuff. Anyways,
Yeah, that's the classic.
yeah, I got
Swimsuit
all
calendar.
kinds here. Randy. You
Oh, what
want
do
to
you
take
got?
a gander there? What we got?
What are the song titles on this gym?
What's the title of the album?
Nacho? The title of the album is 4-Star Earls. 4-Star Earls, I guess. Anyways.
You don't understand anything. You don't understand anything. God damn it.
What the hell? man?
$9.95.
Well,
Right there.
they're broken now, buddy.
No. That's antiquing.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I don't think Earl Pitts was going to sell anyways. I'm sorry.
Still available. $9.95.
Yeah, $9.95. You got to come over and sweep them up off the floor.
Let me tell you, you like to dance.
Do I love to dance? I'm the basis for the movie Footloose.
How would you like to learn some Texas dance styles?
Who wouldn't? Fiddles and whatnot?
You got your VCR ready?
No, I do not own a VCR.
Do you know how much would you pay for that?
Oh boy, what would I pay for this?
Yep.
Ooh, you got Texas two-step, Cotton Eye Joe, Texas-style polkas and waltzes.
Mm-hmm.
I'd pay probably close to nothing for this. I wouldn't pay you at all for that.
Well, I guess I'll just put that down.
All right.
That's crap, you say.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
garbage,
It's not
complete
good.
and utter garbage.
Not good. What? Wait a minute.
Oh, what do
Wait
you got?
a minute. What do we have here?
Uh-oh.
That looks nice, doesn't it?
That's a velvet box you got there.
Yeah, that's nice.
Nice, squeezes in there.
Oh, it's gems.
Oh my
Look at there.
goodness.
It's
Look
gems
at that.
and diamonds.
Those are
Those
beautiful.
are for you.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. That's
Well,
just a gift. That's
what-
not for sale.
What? Yeah, okay, well thanks.
Wear them.
I'm not going to wear them.
Put them on.
No, I'm not doing that.
Put 'em on.
These are amazing diamonds.
Wear them.
I don't want to wear them.
You're not my friend, are you?
Oh my god.
You're gonna look nice. I'm gonna take you downtown now. Take you anywhere you want to go. Sunshine.
I feel like a 19-year-old whore
Christmas is coming. Christmas.
from the 20s. This is.
Do you have a record player?
I do own a record.
It's coming back. Vinyls.
Yeah.
As you can see here, the chimes of Christmas. Do you like chimes?
I do like chimes.
Would you like to own an entire album of chimes?
I would not like to own an entire album. Was it just wind chimes? Oh, come on, man. They were choking me. They were like tangled up. I promise I'll put them on later. But you're talking about the chimes. What do you got?
Chimes of Christmas.
Okay. What are the titles to the songs? Like, which album is
Let's
this?
see. Sometimes best friends might not mind wearing necklaces for one another
This is a classic Christmas song.
at Christmas time
Uh-huh.
when they give them gifts.
Oh my god.
Thank you. This is a bundle. This is a bundle. Look at here. You ever heard Silent Night?
Yes, I hate that song.
Crap you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's garbage.
That's just a bonus then if you buy it. I want to let you know all these records are $27. Christmas organ, and here's more chimes. You like chimes?
I do.
I remember from your earlier statement.
Yeah, I really do like chimes.
We got even more chimes, and this time organs. You like organs?
I do not.
Do you ever take a feel on your organs?
Sometimes late at night I play my organ
By yourself.
by
I see.
myself.
That's against Jesus. That's against Jesus Christ. Speaking of Jesus Christ, here's Jim Neighbors.
Oh man,
You know who he is, right?
he was fucking Gomer Pyle.
Gomer Pyle.
That might be worth a little money actually.
Well, if you look, it's not in very good shape.
oh
is it?
my god, what's growing?
Listen,
on
I
it?
keep these.
What is that fucking?
I
Black
try to keep
mold?
them in the best condition that I can find.
Jim Neighbors, man.
What did I say it was? $27.
$27. Oh
Well.
boy, I will tell you what. I think that we've got. I'd say $27 for all this, don't you? I mean, if you can sell this
$15
for all of it as a bundle,
is a deal.
as a deal. All right, we've got more shit to sell coming right up. Zombie Takeover TV. $15.
Shit.
Stay tuned.
$7.
7. Do I hear 4? Stay tuned. We are back. It's Shop-O-Mania. This is Ray McGuff filling in for Slick Styles, who is currently taking a little time abroad. And by abroad, I mean in a rehab facility. What's going on, man? I was just going to introduce you again, but you got a bullwhip there. Are you selling this bullwhip? Or what are you doing? Ralph, are you selling the bullwhip? What? guest in the studio. This is Shop-O-Mania. Shop-O-Mania. I'm filling in for Slick Styles, who's currently off in rehab. We've got Ralph here. What do you got for us, Ralph? What are you selling?
Just a bullwhip.
A bullwhip. Wow. Shit, man. Taming tigers?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm taming yet.
Alright.
I mean, it makes a really, really, really loud sound.
Yeah, it looks like a well-made bullwhip. I don't know why somebody in this day and age would need one, but yeah, it's cool
Well,
to have it.
It reminds me of the times my granddaddy was out. I'm sure he had this bullwhip used on him.
I don't think it was that particular one, buddy, and it was made in Mexico, it says. So.